of Taiwan, I'm Yvonne. Thanks for joining us. This election season, Taipei has implemented the country's most restrictive regulations on campaign ads. But walking around the capital, it's hard to tell. Louis Watt reports.
It's election season in Taiwan, meaning wall-to-wall billboards advertising all kinds of candidates. But under new city regulations in the capital Taipei, these billboards are now illegal. Election ads are only supposed to be confined to campaign headquarters, party offices and mobile vehicles, not billboards.
那以往我们大概规定只有在公共设施你不能去做设置竞选广告物。那我们现在规定的话，除了公共设施不行以外，其私人场所大概我们也不允许设置。
Candidates' faces plastered across buildings are just one of the ways that elections are pervasive in Taiwan. Party rallies whip up support, sometimes with the help of rock stars. And election news and debates are covered on 24-hour TV channels. Observers say Taiwan's election rallies, talk shows and election material like billboards helps explain the high levels of political engagement among voters here. In the last national elections in 2020, nearly 75% of voters turned out. That's more than in some well-established Western democracies. But even though Taipei City Council wanted to clean up the streets of political advertising, candidates have found ways around it.
修法时候有规定，就是说，如果它的广告内容如果包含3要素以上的话，视之为政治广告。像是高嘉瑜的这个广告呢，它其实有他自己个人的姓名照片，但是问题是呢，它其实并没有很明确的表达说，它其实是要做立委选举，所以呢，其实它这个勉强可能算是一个在灰色地带。
Billboards may help raise a candidate's visibility, but history has shown that even if they're a familiar face, come polling day, many Taiwanese still vote along party lines. Chris Ma and Louise Watt for TaiwanPlus.
Taiwan's central bank is getting ready to release its Chinese Zodiac coins for the Year of the Dragon. The sets of commemorative coins will cost just over $60 and will be available for pre-order next week. Just 90,000 sets will be minted. The dragon is the most powerful sign in the Chinese zodiac and is associated with good luck and prosperity. That means this year's coins are likely to sell out quick. Taiwan is continuing its investigation into an oil spill that hit the country in December. Our reporter Cindy Chi explains.
Scrubbing thick black oil stuck to rocks on this beach in northern Taiwan. These volunteers have a tedious and challenging task.
这个油污啊，就因为很厚重，然后很黏，然后粘在石头上，所以我们要用这个吸油纸，要把它擦干净。
This area is just one of many coastal areas around Taiwan where oil washed onto its shores in December last year. The government says that 5.7 hectares of coastline was affected in that month alone. Taiwan's Ocean Affairs Office is using a special radar to find the source of the spill. They're trying to detect ships that might have dumped the oil, but currents and monsoon winds have slowed down their progress.
柚子湖12月2号我们那时候采样，那它是检验疑似原油清仓的一些废油，因为目前是卫星是没有找到嘛，没有找到这样子的一个污染来源，但是我们还是有在持续的收整相关的资料。
This kind of fuel pollution is a huge threat to local wildlife and ecology.
就这边很多那个螺，然后就附在石头上面啊，然后那个油污来就把它们全部都染黑了，就像这样子。这个还在动，可是它如果走到油污的地方就危险了。它们现在还是活着啦，可是不晓得能撑多久。
Taiwan's waters are at high risk of oil spills. The Ocean Affairs Office says there are about 19 oil spills per season. In one of the worst cases, a huge cargo ship carrying about 500 tons of fuel dumped oil into the sea in 2016, polluting the water in coastal areas in the country's north. It was the most serious case of marine pollution in a decade. But now it's 2024, and experts say not enough is being done to prevent this recurring issue.
We need something better than this, I think. If this happened every year, we should have some more strict laws or find some ways to stop this.
With no sign of when the next incident will happen, the country can only keep scrubbing one rock at a time. Klein Wang and Sandy Chi for TaiwanPlus.
Taiwan is facing a shortage of pediatricians as doctors who treat children are generally paid less than other specialists. Rhys Ayers has the story.
Caring for sick children. It's perhaps one of the most challenging tasks in a demanding profession, but one that, due to the nature of the job, is severely underpaid.
基本上看一个小孩子，他所花的时间跟力气呢，可能是可以看2个内科的病人。是一样的给付的情况之下呢，那小儿科医师得到的给付呢，相对上就会比较低。
Taiwan is expected to become a super-aged society by 2025. And with one of the world's lowest birth rates, healthy children are particularly vital to the country's future. But low wages deter young doctors from pursuing pediatrics. Pediatricians aren't the only medical professionals facing unequal pay. Doctors in Taiwan are paid based on the types of services they provide, with seemingly little correlation between the complexity of a case and how much money they make. A complex operation, such as surgery for a brain hemorrhage, pays just twice as much as a relatively simple ear procedure. Physicians worry this disparity could have disastrous effects. As Taiwan's working age population continues to decline, earnings for medical professionals will need to be better balanced if the sector hopes to attract more talent. Luffy Lee and Rhys Ayers for TaiwanPlus.
Hanging out with rare and exotic animals in a zoo all day may sound like a dream job for many people. But zookeepers face a lot of challenges and dangers the public may not know about, as our reporter Sandy Chi finds out.
Very few people have a daily routine like this, walking into an enclosure full of colorful exotic birds, feeding them and looking after them.
我大概做了8年，对，就照顾鹦鹉。
It may seem like a straightforward job, but it's more challenging than it looks, with a lot of details to pay attention to. From cleaning the cages to feeding the animals, zookeepers have a lot on their plates.
那不管是展场的布置，我们要上山，然后去找那一些漂流木啊，然后适合当他们的栖架的东西，然后或者是像我今天如果说，群体要混群的时候，然后要做特殊的观察。
Zookeepers need to know everything about the animals they look after. That means doing their homework when they're assigned to a new species.
对，所以你可能就要花比较多的时间去了解，花更多时间去观察他们的状况啊、习惯啊，然后才有办法照顾的比较适合他们。
And being a zookeeper has its risks, as they are not dealing with pets, but wild animals. Taipei Zoo says at least one zookeeper is hospitalized each year after an encounter with an animal.
像大食蚁兽，它因为它是吃蚂蚁，对，那它虽然没有牙齿，但是它有一个很有力的前手臂，很壮，然后它的爪子很长，所以它看起来虽然说无害，不会咬你，但是而且它敏感，它们比较紧张，它如果紧张的时候，它有可能会挥手，那挥到你，你可能就会流血。
Though the job is challenging and sometimes dangerous, these zookeepers are dedicated.
就是我喜欢呐，对，那我觉得就是你要对动物真的是喜欢，对啊，那有这份热忱，对，才可以做得长久。最喜欢就是看动物乖乖吃饭，正常大便，对，然后不要打架，不要受伤，不要生病，就是我们最开心的事情。
This job certainly has its unique dangers and challenges, but for these animal lovers, it's definitely a keeper. Isan Pan and Sandy Chi for TaiwanPlus.
Colorful Mandarin ducks rarely seen in Taiwan have been spotted in the center of the country. 11 of the migratory ducks are nesting in a forest recreation area in Nantou County. Local officials say the protected birds are wintering there, and there are twice as many as last year. Thank you for watching What's Up Taiwan. For more stories from Taiwan and around the world, you can visit the TaiwanPlus website or follow our social media. Before we go, take a look at this annual wrestling tournament in Niger. I'm Yvonne Young. Take care, and I'll see you next time.